Yo, what's up? What's going on? Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Anthony Drew Morning Show. Yeah, we're going live today. We're on the spot today on the Anthony Drew Morning Show. We got a lot to talk about. It's 2022. There's a lot going on, a lot of things happening, and I got some great brothers on the show with me this morning. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna just sit back and relax as I eat my trail mix. Y'all know that's what I do. I eat the trail mix. You might see somebody eating some mac and cheese. This is what we do. We just relax on the Anthony Drew Morning Show. Welcome to the show, everybody. We look forward to y'all today. My man J Hud is on the show. On the spot on the show. Here we got J Hud. We got GJ Coleman. We're on the spot. Writer, director. Of all the work that we got going on today. They're going to tell us a lot about what they got going on in 2022. We look forward to what y'all doing. We look forward to what is happening. We look forward to the movie that's coming out and all the work that y'all doing in 2022. And we're going to be popping with all of this work. We got a lot of conversation to go forward from this point. We got J Hud, writer and director as well. And we'll have a couple other crew members and staff and cast of the movie and all the other work that's going on. So let's get it. What's up? Welcome to the Anthony Drew.
What up?
On the spot.
What up? What up? You on the spot? Yo, let's go.
Always on the spot, man.
Oh, man.
And that's what we do when we catch people on the spot, man. You never know. You might catch people eating trail mix just like me, because you're on the spot.
Hey, don't make me pull out the plate, bro.
Bruh.
You know how I go down.
I got the fish.
I got the fish. I got the chicken. I got the mac and cheese, boy.
Bruh, that's real.
Don't make me go and grab my cornbread.
Mac and cheese and chicken, bro. And all I got is trail mix. All I got is trail mix. This is crazy. This is how we do it.
Hey, man,
we don't do anything different. I mean, it's all about relaxing and chilling on the Anthony Drew Morning Show. And we even, we sometimes we on the Anthony Drew Morning Show, we do it right. We in the studio, but sometimes we on the spot. I had to even change my shirt because I had spot, stuff on my shirt. I had to change my shirt.
He said he had spots on his shirt.
And spots on my shirt, man. So that's how
full
we
out repping. Full out repping, bro.
Because when we catch you on the spot, you definitely on the spot. So
let's go.
What's up, J Hud? Good to have you, bro. Good to have you.
Yeah, I'm glad Gary gave me a heads up because I had paint on my shirt, so I want to change my t-shirt.
And you got the fresh white tee on now. That's dope. He got you ready for it, right?
Well, it ain't that fresh, but it's
He said it look good. It don't smell. It's not like game fresh. It look good though. It look good on camera. Though. That's all that matters. Good thing this ain't a scratch and sniff radio,
Yeah.
So good to have you on, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you tonight.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Yes, sir. Excited about what's going on, what y'all doing. So, catch us up with what's going on with the crew, with everybody, with the movie and everything. 2022, we going big. So catch us all up with what's happening on this thing.
Go ahead. Where you want to start it off?
Nah, man, you go ahead. I'll start it. Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know me. I go by G Wiz. I'm also known as GJ Coleman. I also co-host on the Anthony Drew Morning Show with your man right down there, Anthony Drew, the big dog himself. So it's always a pleasure, man, to be even, able to have a conversation with the brother, man. He's a genius in what he does, man. We don't even talk about half of the stuff that he actually does. We kind of have to focus on the one thing at a time. And right now,
right.
Right now he's being a broadcasting host, but y'all definitely got to hear more about Anthony Drew's story. Did y'all know that man was a power lifter? What? He ain't tell y'all that. He ain't tell y'all that one. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he looked like a power lifter.
That's why the Steelers shirt is so tight.
See? Y'all thought it was the camera that made it look like he ain't have no neck. That man is he's a straight power lifter, but it's all in fun and games. We got a couple of the cast members that are going to be on here today for the movie that's coming out or premiere January the 16th. While we're going on, I'll be shooting some notes over in the comment section. There's some links so that you can get a ticket. Buy your tickets. They're sold out. The very first show at 5:00 is done. It's sold out. The 7:00 on
that first date is January 16th. Don't miss it. January 16th.
January 16th.
It's coming up fast.
And it's done already. You cannot find tickets for the actual opening premiere, which is the 5 o'clock show. Now, there's a 7 o'clock show too. All right. Again, the movie's called Make Me Laugh. Same day, the 16th. However, it's filling up extremely fast. Buy your tickets. So in the comments, I'm going to put in the comments where you can get your tickets from. Actually, I just put the link up. Nope, that's the wrong link. Don't join that link because that link going to have y'all jump on the StreamYard, and I don't want y'all backstage. Uh-oh.
No, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to be in your favorites link.
Right.
That is not the link.
Don't put him backstage in the favorites or nothing. No, we go.
Swear.
So Make Me Laugh, man. That's the name of the movie. Tell me a little bit about that, Jay Hud. Tell me a little bit about what Make Me Laugh is all about.
Okay, so Make Me Laugh is about it's a Christian film that's touching on some issues. I don't want to say it's really touching on the issue of abuse, but abuse is the centerfold around the movie. And so what we're talking about is how there's a mother that's dead, there's a father accused of it, there's a son that's involved, and you got to get to the interest of who did what and how it was done. But at the same time, like a sermon, we're kind of like digging into the things of, it kind of puts you on the sides of people in this movie. We naturally take sides when we hear information. However we get it, we start taking sides, depending on how we're invested in it. And so what happens in this movie is purposely we've made it so people get invested in certain characters.
Okay.
And what it does is it kind of exposes who you are in a sense of how you get involved in things, and what you know you may not know, and what you think you don't know you might know. So that's to put it in a nutshell.
Right. And one of the beautiful things about this film is it makes you look inward, because you can relate to many of the characters in this movie. You know, we talk about trauma. One of the things that I love talking with Anthony Drew about is trauma, because this is another one of those fields that he specializes in, but very, very well. Like, specializes in trauma, not just childhood trauma, but trauma and in general, and how it affects us as human beings, man. I mean, that's what this movie is showing you, the makings of, you know, what does trauma do to people? You know what I'm saying? From the wife who has to deal with trauma, the husband that might have to deal with trauma, the child who might have to deal with trauma in general. You know what I mean? We actually have the wife from the movie backstage right now. We'll bring her on here in a second. Kayla Benjamin is on here with us, and she actually plays Tammy in the movie.
Okay, so I love this whole thing, this whole setup, the way y'all set it up, because it's already pulling the audience in to have this internal look, not just this external character that you have to look at, but you have to look at this internal character as well as the audience, as the viewer. Many times we're trying to view characters on the screen, but we're almost also being charged to view ourselves while we watch this movie. That's
exactly. And so being a minister, me and Wiz both, it's one of those things is we want it to be self-reflective. We don't want you to just watch it. We want you to engulf what's being said. And so whether you participate in what the characters do, or you're on the sideline, you have to get involved.
I love it.
We're talking about generally in life. Sometimes we just don't get involved in things that we need to get involved in.
Yeah, I love it. I love the idea. I love the conversation around that, and the idea around that, where I'm able, because most of the time when I watch movies, you're just like you said, you're trying to connect with characters, and you wonder, why do you connect with characters? Because usually that character is much like yourself. They're usually reflecting who you are. It's usually a reflection of you. And so it sounds like this movie can pull out a lot of aha moments, or those moments that might pick up some of your own trauma, that you might be dealing with,
Yeah, not. It's one of the things where it's like there are some things tackled in this film that ain't really talked about.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks to say this, but the scary thing is it's not really talked about in the church a lot.
Yeah.
Now it's talked about in the overview, but it's not addressed head on. Sure. You know what I mean? Some things are swept under the rug, or quiet is kept, or we'll handle that in private. It doesn't need to be talked about out loud. But this is actually a film that shows what happens whenever you pack enough into a bomb. You know what I'm saying?
And Drew, it's one of those things is doing altar calls. One thing I realized in ministry was when people come to you, they're coming to you with some issues.
Sure, right.
They're coming with some real issues. And as a minister and a pastor, I'd watch pastors downplay that and not understand the significance of why how hard it is to walk up to the altar.
You're right.
I mean, it's hard to walk up to the altar to get saved. It's hard to walk up to the altar to put all your mess on the altar. And so when people finally make that decision to come up there, they're bringing it to the table. And so and what I've realized is a lot of times that gets ignored, and it shouldn't get ignored because people are bringing some real issues that really need to be dealt with.
Absolutely. I'm loving the way that y'all have created this angle for people to self-reflect. I mean, as you're talking about ministry, that's even what the Bible does. You read the story in the Bible and you're reading the story of a character, but it also makes you internalize how does this story connect to me? How does this story connect to my own life, my own trauma, my own issues? And so it calls you to stir up some of those gifts, stir up some of those things that's inside of you. And that is a really good, because a lot of times we want to just just look at this thing and look at movies externally. But the Bible and this movie sounds like it's doing the same thing, cause you to make this internal examination, and I love it. I love that.
Absolutely. Hey, is it cool if we pull the trailer on before we bring because we got two of the lead characters here. We got Eric Carr, who plays Frank Domingo, who's the main character, and we have Kayla Benjamin, recently married Kayla Benjamin. We know her as Kayla Sios. Now she's Kayla Benjamin, getting all ooh bougie on us. That's okay. but we have both of them backstage, man, and we could pull up the trailer, man, for you to check out, man.
Are these two of the characters who we can expect in this trailer that you're setting up for
Absolutely, man.
Dope.
These two are like, dude, when I tell you, man, I'm like, me and HUD have talked about it every single day since we started filming, which is we literally could not have asked for a better cast.
Nice.
Like I don't care if they're already an A-list actor. I don't care if they've been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years. We could not have asked for a better cast, bro.
Right.
Nice. Good. Set us up, man. Going to get us this trailer going.
All right, let's get it.
So what'd they say?
Say about what?
About you coming back?
Yeah.
Maybe you should have just worn a simple shirt and tie.
By these wounds you'll be healed.
Hey, Mr. Charlie. Wanna hear a joke?
This Lord staff comforts you.
Wow, that pulls you in, man. That certainly pulls you in. That's powerful imagery right there, man. So that's good stuff. We have our sister Benjamin here playing that role, and our brother Eric right here, brother Carr, on with us. It's good to see you both. Good to have you both on this show. Welcome to the Anthony Drew Morning Show, on the spot with Anthony Drew. Good to have you both on here. Good stuff.
Thanks for having us.
It's good to be here.
Absolutely. So how was it? First of all, in playing those characters. First of all, I said Kayla, is that correct, Kayla? How was it to get involved in that role? How hard did it take? How hard was it to get involved in that role?
It was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a very sensitive person at nature anyway, and so my particular role, it was a very emotional role.
Sure.
Believe it or not, like within days of acting, like I have to be on a high in one moment and then on a low in another moment.
Oh, wow.
It was like an emotional roller coaster. I actually went home one day. I didn't tell anybody else this, but I actually went home one day after filming and like just cried because I was like,
Sure.
it just drained me, like, emotionally.
That's that. And Eric, the same for you. How was it for you playing that role? What did you have to go through? What was some of the things that you had to go through for yourself in that role that you played?
I had to reach for some previously unaccessed parts of me, or maybe parts that I would hope don't truly exist. So, and I'm refraining from sharing any details about the film, but it was a stretch for me. It was a real challenge. I would find myself after I left for the day, just decompressing and kind of divesting myself from the character, because the character took me to some pretty dark places.
And you know what? That's one of the things that I notice. The question is often asked, the conversation is often go with a lot of actors, is how much they have to decompress and how much they have to debrief from particular characters that they do play. And when they play characters, that they take on that character and they hope to shake off many of the things of that character. What are some things, to each of you, what are some things that you felt that you needed to shake off the most to get that character off of you, like kind of shake that character from you? Where do you think you had to, what process did you have to take to get that done?
For me personally, I honestly, like, if I'm being transparent and honest, like, because you guys were talking about previously before you brought Eric and I on, just now, that, like, it kind of like unveils or uncovers like things that we're actually doing, like dealing with in real life, or like traumas or whatever. And that character, my character, like kind of unmasked like things that I have either gone through in the past or maybe still dealing with. And I didn't really realize until I stepped into that role, like how much I actually still have to deal with it. And even still, I'm realizing that, the Lord is still healing intricacies of my heart that maybe I wasn't even aware of.
Sure. Eric, how about you?
Well, for me, I remember there was a day where I was trying to pull up a certain kind of emotion, and one of the actors on the set suggested, well, imagine that this is, a family member or something like that. And I actually resisted that idea because I didn't want to blur the lines between me and my character. So I tried to keep that very clear in my own head, but specifically to the process, I would recount and kind of preach to myself on the way home about my identity, who I truly am, who I am in Christ. And I would explicitly make it clear to my own soul and to anyone who might have been listening that this is who I am. This is what you've called me to be. This is what I walk in. And so it would eventually turn into just a stream of praise and just thanking God that he's rescued me from that darkness, that he's brought me to a different understanding of who I am because of who he is in my life. And so I would do that pretty regularly, especially, pretty much because every scene had me in places that I hope I will never be in my actual life,
Sure. You know what? I would like to ask both of y'all, and Kayla, I'll go to you first. What was it about this movie, about the particular script, that they made you say, yes, I want to be a part of that? I want to take on that script, that role.
I'll be completely honest. I didn't know. Really did.
Watch it.
I'm just being honest. I didn't really. Even still, I don't even know the full script. Like, I still don't know. I just know bits and pieces of that I was involved in. And so, like, before even like fully like submerging myself into it, I didn't really even know what I was into. But I did ask the Lord, like, if this is for me, then open up the door and allow me to be a part. And then when I became a part, I'm like, okay, Lord, this is like a little more than I had anticipated emotionally. But I knew that it was, faith-based. That was probably one of my biggest motivators, was like, this was a Christian motivated film.
Sure,
And
sure.
so that really made me want to be a part. And I enjoy acting and arts anyway. So
excellent. Yeah, great. What about you, Eric? What motivated you to this space?
Well, it's kind of funny because it started out as a joke. I messaged Jeremiah, and I had long hair at the time. I mean, it's still kind of long now, but it was even longer. And I just jokingly messaged him and said, do you have any parts for extras? Do you need a hippie in your movie? And he wrote back and said, actually, we might need, you might be somebody for one of the main characters, which, I was not really thinking that. And he sent me a scene, and so I did a demo, an audition tape, with my wife helped me just to film this, on my phone. And so I saw it, and then, I would just back up and say, I love Jeremiah, and I didn't even know Gary, but I've become friends with him. I love him. And I really admire and respect what they're aspiring to do in film, the art, and the dedication to the craft, the dedication to learn, to grow through each project, how they're just continue to evolve as artists. So I started out with a foundation of just love and respect for them. And then as they unfolded, the story, of course, I'm playing, essentially I'm playing a villain in the movie. And every movie needs, opposition needs that tension, so that was the role that I played. But the bigger picture, the bigger story is one of redemption. But at the same time, they're not going to, the typical stereotypical place where a Christian film's going to go. And I love that too. So I think, they pulled me in just when I thought I was out. They pulled me back in.
Nice. Excellent. Eric and Kayla, I'm so excited about y'all. I'm excited to see so much more of the movie about what you're doing. That little snippet just got me wanting more, to the writing directors, to G Wiz and J Hud. Just want to ask y'all, what about Kayla and Eric was made y'all excited about their roles that they were doing?
Well, so here was the thing about it. They both sent them the script, and they did a demo. Kayla had, when I watched her do it, I knew she could pull it off. I just seen that, I told Wiz, I'm like, she can definitely pull this off. I actually met Eric. Huh?
I was going to just piggyback with the Kayla.
Go ahead.
Is Kayla had we looked at a lot of footage of people auditioning. When I tell you, we went back and forth a lot, bro. But one thing that we agreed on about Kayla was she has a softness and she has a gentleness about her that we needed Tammy to have. And it was unmatched from all the other auditions.
Nice.
It was literally an unmatched. Unmatched.
And I told her what was funny. I said, we need people to hate you. So it was one of those things where I know it sounded crazy, but it was like, when we get done, we want people to hate you. We want people to hate you. Same thing with Eric's character. We wanted people to despise who they were, but also relate to who they were. But one of the things I wanted to say was the reason that me and Gary the last movie we did, we never gave everybody only the scripts that they were in. And for two reasons. One, to get you to focus only on that character, because you're going to just bring whatever you got to that character. Number two, we want, when they watch it for the first time, they watch it for the first time. That's why we did that. So when Kayla watches it for the first, she doesn't know anything else besides her scenes. And Eric, though he's a main character, doesn't know anything but his scene.
Eric knows the most. Eric knows the most out of anybody, but he still doesn't know.
But he still doesn't know everything. And so we want them to enjoy them, not just, remember, like we was talking about watching the movie and engulf and enjoy it. We want the actors to enjoy the movie. So that's why we do that.
Right. Well, you know what? You just talked about that, and Kayla had brought that up, that she doesn't know the whole script, that she just knows her part or this small part. And it just reminds me of what life feels like, that God don't give us the whole script. He don't tell us all the characters that's involved. He don't tell us the whole story. He just says, just play this part for the day, one day at a time, right? And that's what it feels like, even in that sense. So how nerve-wracking is that for you, or is it a little bit easier for you, Kayla, to just play my part, or do I need to know the whole thing before I feel comfortable with playing a part?
It kind of required faith, to be honest. Like, do I really believe that, like, this is what God wants me to do without knowing the full picture? And I had to, like, answer for myself, like, no, you need to do this, without knowing the full script of the movie and that they were really implying a good faith-based message, you know? So it kind of required faith on my part.
Yes, absolutely. It sounds like it, because I'm, just even when you brought it up, I thought I was like, well, that's a very unique thought to think. Like, for me as an actor, if I was an actor, I would want the big picture. I want the whole thing. And isn't that how we are in life? We just want the whole thing. We want God to give us the whole script. No, Lord, I know, have faith. Just keep walking in the space that I told you to walk in, one script at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. And I do love that brings out a lot. For that moment to be able to carry off, you hope that you carry off enough so that it carries on to the very next scene and to the next script, that you can carry that same character by getting one step at a time. That's very powerful and interesting to me.
And what's really good is I always tell G Wiz, I always give him compliments. He's really good at getting people to get into character. Like, he's really good at that. I mean, like, when you're not hitting what he's trying to get you to get, he's really good at that. Like, I told him he should be an acting coach, because he's really good at looking at someone and saying, no, you know what? I need a certain thing from you. And I watched him do it with all the actors, like, really get to what we really needed out of.
Good stuff. Yeah, I can totally agree with you, man. Working with G Wiz for so long, he had me do some things out of my character. I'm pretty laid back. I'm not as silly as he is. He can be silly. I'm not as silly as he is. But he has made me be silly. I'm one of those people, when you hear yourself on tape or you see yourself on tape, you're kind of like, you just hate it. But G Wiz can definitely make you do that. So that's very powerful.
Listen, let's give credit to the actors too. Like, Eric has been very pinnacle in even the most minute of details as far as different scenes, because we write stuff, but it's good to have those eyes that are looking at things even more with a very fine eye. Like, he's looked at the script and he's like, hey guys, if I said it this way, wouldn't it make more sense for this purpose? And me and her would just look at each other and be like, go ahead, bro, do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, say it that way, and it worked. You know what I mean? So, like, it was seriously a joint effort, man. Like, it really was. There was a lot that was pulled out of me from them. Like, a lot of the scenes that I think almost all of my scenes were Eric, but, like, he's pulled a lot out of me in scenes, And I think, like I said, man, I wouldn't want to work with a better group of people, man. It was crazy. It was beautiful. It really was.
Nice. And Drew, I just want to say, and this not to take from any of the other actors, wait till you see it. I mean, Eric really, I mean, if I had an Oscar to give away, I would give it to him. I truly would, because he literally, I mean, what was demanded of him, he delivered on. Wait till you see it. He was demanded to do a lot. I mean, a lot. And every time I've watched this probably 100 and 200 times, literally, because I'm editing it. So I'm watching it 200 times, and I'm just literally amazed at how I don't even know how he pulled it off. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. When me and Wiz did, I'm like, this may work or it may not. To be honest, we was really taking a long shot. Yeah. And I think
some of the things that we demanded of him. Listen, there are actors that have been acting for. I mean, Eric is a professional actor. Let's not get it twisted.
Right.
He's a professional actor. He's acted before. Don't make the face like that.
Right.
He's also very hard on himself. He's also a musician. So before we get off of here, let's put this plug out there. There is actually an album that Eric Carr has done that is phenomenal, and it's been out for a while now. But it needs way more attention than what it has. It is phenomenal. All right, now back to our regularly scheduled program, right?
And Eric, those plugs are free. You only have to pay for it, man. We give that for free.
Yes. Oh, I paid in advance.
Nice.
Listen, we seriously did like I can't wait. Like, bro, we gotta do like a interview with you after the movie is out. Because
well, you know what?
Some of the stuff we want to say.
That's what I was going to say. I said, G Wiz and J Hud, they done put me in a hard spot because they're telling me making me do an interview without seeing the big picture myself. So I really can't go in on Eric and Caleb, but I can't wait to see the whole thing so I can really go in on them because I want to see these full characters and I want to see the total body of the movie. And I wanted to even engage my own feelings and my own emotions of what I understand about what's, my own stuff and what I understand about trauma, period, and abuse and everything like that. So I look forward to seeing the entire body of the movie.
Yeah.
So that we can have
and one of the things we really would love to do too, man, is we would love to have it to where, after the movie's over and after the movie's watched and we come back and we do a follow-up interview, that we get your professional take on it. We get your professional take on the trauma that was seen, right? Like, how did this affect that? How did that affect this? What could have been done? You know what I mean? Because people, we never know. Again, this is ministry. We never know who's going to be affected, by this whole thing. And I wish we were able to have Wade on here, Wade Wiseman. So this whole thing actually stemmed from a very, very short film called The Comedian, which had nothing at all to do with the way that this story is now. It was completely different.
It's so literally how long is that? What, 7 minutes?
Yeah, 8 minutes.
How long is it? It's 8 minutes long. So the only thing that inspired was the first 30 seconds of it.
The character.
I'm being honest with you.
At the beginning.
After 30 seconds, and I don't mean this in any offense, it lost us. It really did. But that first 30 seconds had me and Wiz on the phone for 3 hours, starting talking about this movie.
Yeah. Wow. And you know what? Wade was generous, man. He was very generous because when Wade first showed me The Comedian and we sat and we watched it, the first thing I said to him was, bro, we should make this into a feature-length film. And his first response to me was, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want, I might just move on to something else. I was like, all right, bro. I mean, I'm just saying this will be crazy and da-da-da. And when I started feeding ideas to him, he said, well, let's do it. So, but as we start getting further into it, and then I was like, I'm gonna hit up my partner, I'm gonna hit up James, and we're gonna really dive into it. And when we start really putting the story together, we actually still have footage of the very first shoot that we did where Wade actually was playing the part that Eric actually played in the final version of the movie. And Wade told us, he just was honest, like, hey, you know what? This isn't for me, guys. I love the idea. I love the story. It's not my story. It's not my idea. I don't really feel comfortable playing the part.
Sure.
But I'm excited about what you guys are doing. Please take it, have fun, go do your thing. And I'm looking forward to watching the film. And dude, it was crazy.
I certainly, as you talk about, you brought up Wade in the part that he played and the part that he's playing, and as far as what he brings to the movie, this certainly brings up the thought of when you started talking to me about such a heavy subject and the name of the movie being called Make Me Laugh, and I'm like wondering what the very contrast and Make Me Laugh, and then we have a heavy subject like this.
Why is it called Make Me Laugh, bro?
Right. What inspired that? Where did that come from?
So it started off with a single person who was so the underlying story that it was started off as is a guy, and everyone's going to see it because we're actually going to preview The Comedian after we play the film. But it's about a guy who goes out and he's doing comedy, but is a little dark, twisted story inside of him going out and doing this comedy. I don't want to say because I don't want to give away The Comedian either, because I want y'all to watch that too. But it was just, we were just watching it and was like, yo, this is bizarre, but it's extremely entertaining and bizarre at the same time. And then we were like, yo, what if we twisted this and that and this, that, and this and that? And then went from the comedian and we called it Make Me Laugh because we kind of wanted to keep that idea of the comedian. But as the story got written, there ain't nothing funny about it. There ain't nothing funny about it.
And you know, that's what's so funny to me. That's again, I can't help but continue to go back to just life in itself, where like there's so much contrast and so much conflict. You know, you have a movie called Make Me Laugh where people are expecting to come laugh, but you also have two characters on here who is supposed to be hated throughout the movie. Like what those words, laugh and hated, don't go together. So, you know, just the conflict in itself with all those concepts is an interesting thing. And it just makes it very interesting. I look so forward to seeing this entire thing together, the entire body of the movie.
If I can say one thing, I have one. The only major concern I have is because it's so touchy, I'm concerned about the people who watch it. I'm gonna just be honest about that because it's so touchy. I've watched this thing, like I said, 100 times, and I still tear up on certain parts. And what I'm trying to say is because I deal with my own trauma within, and what I'm worried about is people seeing this for the first time who has not talked about certain things that they've never dealt with. Because one thing about it is, it's going to bring something up. Whether you know somebody, if you've been through it or you've done it, it's going to trigger. It's a trigger film. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's definitely a trigger film. Mm-hmm. And real quick, one more thing I want to say. What is so funny is when I met Eric on a missions trip in Little Havana, Florida. And when I see Eric do this part, it is so far from him. It amazes me because Eric is the most gentle guy I ever met in my life, and I don't mean that in a mean way or an offensive way, but he's a kind-hearted dude to the core, and he's playing a character who you will despise.
I love that. So Eric, what does it take for you to dig to go get that character for yourself? If that, you know. How hard does that take, and what does it take to dig for that character out of you?
Well, I was sitting here thinking, I think we're masters of deluding ourselves into thinking that could never be me, you know, and even in the culture that we're in now, you know, we're not willing to entertain the idea that as evil as something might be, as dark, as twisted, as morally bankrupt, it could be me. It could be me. And so confronting that in yourself, you know, I mean, what does that do? But it makes the good news of the gospel even better news, because imagine the depths that I have been rescued from, you know. So it's more a question of just letting yourself go to a place where, apart from God's grace, you would go. You know, and I missed the first part of the conversation, so I'm not sure everything that you talked about, but you know, there's things in me that I've been through or that I've, you know, gone through. You know, I am not that person in the film, but I think the potential, or at least the imagination to imagine what it would be like to be that kind of a person. And then especially if you start to factor in and you start to build the backstory of, this is what this person's been through, this is how he lived, you know, this is what he's suffered through. And so if you can begin to identify with that, you know, I wanted to bring as much reality to it as I could, so that it would be believable, to make the darkness as dark as it could be, so that the light would shine even more.
Nice, yeah. You know, yeah. Eric, you know, you said something that just pulled out sometimes the ministry out of me, where, you know, as ministers, as pastors, as preachers, is always looking for a very hot topic or a very hot title. You said master of delusion. I was like, man, that's a hot title for preaching right there. A master of delusion. When we act like it's not in us. Hey, I don't have to dig deep, because it's all of this stuff is in all of us. We are all sinners. We all fall short of his word. And so how deep do you have to dig? I only have to dig into my human self and know that I am not in such a place that I'm beyond being beyond falling that far. You know, I'm not much far from that character, and then that's all of us. All of us can say that. You know.
Yeah, and you know that character that he plays is the epitome of that. You know, his character is literally someone who, like, one of the things that we highlight in the film is a misunderstanding or a misuse of scripture and the effects of that. I mean, just from not rightly dividing the word of truth, it can cause a domino effect of things, you know, and you know that's something that as believers we do need to, especially ministers of the word of God, we need to highlight that. We need to make sure that what we're teaching is sound doctrine. We need to make sure that we don't let somebody that we know who's also someone who's speaking the word just go on and say whatever they want to say, whatever, you know, and not actually speak the word of God or rightly divide the word of truth properly. You know what I'm saying? And this highlights that. Like, that is exactly where this character, that is exactly what causes this character to get to where the character gets to, you know, bypassing things that don't need to be bypassed.
Sure.
You know, trying to slide little things in that shouldn't be slid in there, you know, and here comes the domino effect.
Yep. And you know what? I you know, while you're speaking of that, you know, when I look back at the imagery and the sensory stimulation, I'm looking at Eric. He's sitting there in his pastor's collar, but at the same time, in the next clip, I'm seeing him be very aggressive. And, you know, sometimes I just think some of the imagery that we place every single day, some of the sensory stimulation that we place out in the world as preachers, as people in the church, we become masters of delusions and illusions that we set certain types of things that lets people think that we're nothing like that. We're different than that, you know. But meanwhile, that thing is deep down inside of us. We all have some dark stuff deep in that well that can be pulled up at any time. And not only, but by the grace of God and the power of God, those things don't come out right in front of the people, right in front of the places. And so that's what I think, you know, as audiences are watching, you'll see all of this sensory stimulation. Oh, there's a preacher. He must be the good guy. Meanwhile, he comes out to be the villain. Whoa, you know, so that can blow a lot of things. That can open up a lot of you know, boxes for people, and you know, it caused people to examine themselves as well. And so that's very powerful stuff.
Hey, Drew, this is going to be an emotional, spiritual, mental explosion. When I say that, I'm not and I'm not downplaying it, because I'm, like I said, I've watched it over and over and over again. And like I said, Kayla and Eric and all the other actors, they brought what they brought to the script, which helps lay it out. But once this plays, it's going to be an explosion, because there's so much that, like I said, it's like a packed sermon. It's an hour and 45 minutes of a packed sermon, and it's going to explode on everybody. Nobody's going to walk out of there getting free of this. Nobody's going to walk out and, oh, I just was entertained. We deliberately made sure we attacked everybody that's watching. And when I say attack, I don't mean that. I'm saying attacking their inner being and making them get a look at themselves of who they are.
I love it. That's, yeah, being so much more intentional. You know, we're not just entertaining, but it's edutainment. You know, where people are being educated and entertained at the same time, but they're being struck by the characters, being struck by the mission and the purpose of this movie. I look forward to it. I wish I could talk so much more about it. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited about it. Again, once again, J Hud, G Wiz, tell us again that date, that first date that's coming up. It's coming up. We have that coming up soon. When is that date again in time?
January 16th. The first showing is 5:45 p.m. That one's already sold out. The second showing is at 7:45. Now, there's also catered food. So if you want to get the catering, let me know as well. All of the details are on that link that I shared. I'm pointing the wrong way, huh? It's not mirrored. On that link over there, okay? On the side. Well, to me, it's on the side, but you can probably see it in the comment section. There's a link where you can buy your tickets. On that link, it has the details for the catered food as well. There's a phone number on there you can call in order for you to get your food catered. The 10th is the very last day you can get catered food for the 16th. Okay, we're also playing the movie again on the 21st, which is a Friday. as well as the 30th, the last close to the end of the month. All right. So make sure you guys get out there, get your tickets, come check it out. But one of the things we also want to do is take this film on tour. We don't want it to just be a movie that plays. It's going to be an Amazon Prime after this, but we want to take it on a tour. We want to bring it to your church so that we can play the movie and then we can discuss this in depth and talk about these characters, talk about the trauma, talk about ways to get over this so we can, address some issues that we have in our homes and in the church.
That's right. And make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Make sure y'all get out there, get on this link, get your tickets. These things are moving fast. You better get your food because I'm not sharing mine. I know I'll have some myself, and I don't share. I'll share my food. I'll be nice and full, ready to watch the movie. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about seeing more with Eric and Kayla. I'm excited about seeing all the actors and all of those who are involved in this movie. I think it's going to be very powerful. I look forward to more of the conversations that will be happening from it. And I already feel that it's way more than just a movie. We have to find another title, another genre to stick this in because they're seeing just about a little space and a little time I got the chance to be with you all. I feel there's so much more into this moment, into this film. It kind of sets a tone. It's almost kind of wraps around life for me, where Kayla talked about just knowing a little bit at a time. You don't get the big picture. And that's just life. That is just how life works. You just don't get the big script. You don't get the whole script. I wish I knew what tomorrow was going to bring, but I don't know. So I got to just live for this moment. And that's very powerful in itself, So I look forward to seeing more of Kayla, more of Eric. Thank y'all so much for being with us. Hey. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for sharing y'all gifts, y'all talents. Y'all are so wonderful. Excellent job so far. We look forward.
Thank you for having us.
We got little sis on here too. She just showed up. We about to pick on her. We're gonna have to bring her in here and pick on her since she want to show up at the end of the hold up.
Oh! I knew it. I knew it.
I was waiting for it. I was about to be like, wait until Anthony Drew. Anthony Drew gonna try to say his goodbyes and watch her pop up.
Watch her show up. Yep.
My bad. Like
always
say hi.
Late.
Say hi so we can kick you off the screen. Say hi so we can kick you off the screen.
Hey, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. Good to have you.
Nope, too late.
Stop doing it like that.
You see Kayla's face. Kayla's like, no, don't do her like that.
I know, right?
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, so you're the one to show up at the parties late, and we still got to leave the food out all late and everything.
There ain't nothing left. There ain't nothing left. She showed up like, y'all ain't saying me nothing.
No, right. We ain't ate all the good parts, you just.
But she put. Hey, do you want to introduce her real quick so that we can? So you know what I mean. Anthony Drew, if you got a little more time, man.
Oh, absolutely. I get more than enough time for
Drew. So, Drew, Natea, this is Natea. Amazing actress, man. I mean, and so I'm just gonna put that out there. I know I mess with her all the time. Gary knows, like, whenever we're doing something, she's like my top pick. He knows that already, and I'm not lying. I'm not making that up. I've told her many times.
Don't nobody want Natea in no movies. I don't know why. I'm saying bring her on, bro.
I'm like, get Natea. She's a natural. She's really good. I mean, she takes it serious when she's on time. She takes it serious. But honestly,
she was on time twice in 2 movies.
God, don't do that to me, yo.
Remember the first movie we did, she didn't even show up the first day. But anyway, but all jokes aside, Drew, wait till you see it, man. Amazing, man. She's honestly amazing. It's a natural. She's a natural at it. I told her, like her, Kayla, and Eric, I truly wish they would pursue it further. I know, and I'm not just talking. I'm just saying, like, and even though I love working with them, sometimes I have no problem with if they went on to do something bigger and better. I would not be mad at them. Actually, I'd be mad if they didn't go on to do something bigger and better. I would love to be a part of it, but what I'm trying to say is she's amazing. I mean, really, really amazing. And I've told her that before. but I just want to say it again, and I don't say it just to talk. I really do. I'm critical when it comes.
Let me show you. Let me show you. I'm gonna pull up some of one of the other trailers that she's acting in, and then you can talk to her. All right, because he gassing her up. Let me just play it.
And I'll be conducting your interview for this morning. Okay. So I'll be asking you a series of questions just to get to know you a little bit better. Okay. So I see that your full name is Corey D'Amico. Okay. And you're 9 years old. Well, Corey, I understand that you lost your mother and your father has done terrible things to the both of you. But I promise to do everything in my power to protect you and to make sure that never happens again.
All right. So that's just a little bit, just a little taste. Y'all keep giving me a taste. I want so much more. I have so much more questions, so much more conversation for this. I look forward to the post show that we'll put on after the movie, after I get to see it, and when I really get to sink my teeth into all that's happening. And seems Natea is playing a role. What is that role that you're playing there, Natea? Tell us a little bit about that role.
What is it, like the prosecutor? Is it the prosecutor?
She's a social worker. She don't even know who she is.
I didn't know really what to call myself.
Yeah, she's the social worker who she's Corey's hero. Superwoman. That's who she is. She's she's out to save the child's life. That's her. She's emotionally invested beside just professionally, but she's emotionally invested in saving this boy's life. And not to give too much away. Trust me, I can play on the edge of this.
I had to remove him from the screen real quick.
He said I don't want to give too much away on.
I'm just trying to say in life, emotions are a part of everything, but emotions can't be everything.
That's all I want to say. Driving force.
They can't be your driving force.
All decisions you make in perspective in life and your perspective of everything cannot be solely based off of emotions. And that's who she personifies in this film.
Okay. You know, it's so funny because like that, it was funny because like that's kind of me. That's me in real life. You know, sometimes our roles that we play end up reflecting who we are. Just like in Mr. Jacob, like the part that I played, that was literally getting ready to be me in real life. So I just found it super interesting.
Well, you know, it's even as I was looking at it and I was asking you the question, you know, what is your role? I kind of already picked up the role that you were in the role of social working because I am a social worker. So I kind of picked that up. I could tell just by your setting, just by your questions, I knew that was a social worker role immediately. And you could feel that immediately. So I look forward to seeing how that plays out. I was even looking at the young man in the scene with you. I'm excited to see more about what he already just by him and his demeanor and his character. I can see like he's really playing that part very powerfully.
You have no idea.
Yeah, shut up, Wiz. Wiz, shut up. You told me not to say nothing. Now you're like, ooh.
I know this is just like a teaser. This is like a teaser show. This is what happens when you have Anthony Drew get people on the spot. You know, everybody's on the spot, even Anthony Drew. I'm on the spot right now with all of it too. So all of this teaser is driving me crazy. I look forward to the movie. I look forward to being able to have a real conversation about what I saw and how it made me feel and all that we had to dive into and all that we have to dig up and talk some more about it.
Hey, Drew, if you think we had a conversation today, I can't wait till we talk afterwards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I look forward to it.
So can I just say I'm extremely proud of Corbin. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Corbin plays Corey, okay? And we really, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if HUD was ready for it, but I wasn't ready for how well he was going to play that part. I'm gonna just be real with you. I wasn't ready for how well he played the part. I thought we were going to have to draw a lot more out of him, but he did the same thing that Eric did to us, which was, do you think if we did this, then what if I tried it this way, or what if I put my head down and I did this? Like, do you think that would add a better effect of da 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 da? And we were just blown away in the room with like, dude,
wow,
yes, wow. Do that, dude. Wow. Do that. You know what I'm saying?
And you know that's interesting. That's always big for me when I'm looking at child actors, and it's always big because you ask the question to actors. Period. What well did you dig from to get to that place to play out that role? And you don't think for children, young people, that they have a deep enough experiences to pull certain emotions in certain ways and certain styles from. But when you get that out of a young person, out of a child especially, that makes that so much more powerful. And that's why I wanted to.
No, Drew, I'm gonna keep it 100. It makes you start questioning people. I'm just gonna be honest with you. When I start watching some of this acting, I'm like, hold on, man. Like I told Eric's wife, I said, after you get done watching this, you probably gonna have to sleep with one eye open.
You start thinking about, what's down in that well? Something's deeper in that well than we know.
Hey, Wiz, what did I tell you? I said, you know what? I would love to. I need to know Eric's testimony now.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, sir. That's deep.
Like, man, I want to show you another clip from another trailer. See, I can only show you the stuff we have in trailers, and it's irking me because that's stuff that I want to show you.
It's irking me too. I'm ready
to show you. I can show you Corbin and Kayla because we didn't really show too much of Kayla's acting, and I really want to show you.
Yo, you can't. No, what you?
Yeah, you gonna start.
Oh, you mean the other one?
It's a trailer.
I see what you're talking about.
Okay. Y'all teasing him.
Yeah,
we are for sure teasing
them teasers. You know, G Wiz already know I don't do appetizers anyway. I go straight for the meal, man. I just be like, pick up the steak and potatoes. I'll take that appetizers home.
That's a snack. What?
Yeah, appetizers is doggy bags. I eat the steak and potatoes right there.
Swear. Well, guess what? We don't serve entrees over here. You about to get another
little teaser.
You about to get another teaser.
That's hilarious. Yes, sir.
Are y'all ready for this one? Corbin and Kayla's interaction, phenomenal. And there's some other stuff in here too. We're gonna play this one through for y'all, man.
Wish you wouldn't make your father so mad.
But I didn't do anything.
I know, Corey. Your father loves you. He would never do anything to hurt you on purpose.
Why won't you help me? Why wouldn't you ever help me?
Okay, so what we got?
Okay, so the father said he's willing to plead guilty to the murder with the guarantee that he gets 15 to 20 years with the possibility of parole.
You got to be kidding me. This guy abuses his child, kills his wife, and then has the audacity to make it as if he's doing us a favor?
Without a confession, you could walk. Are you prepared to deal with that?
Well, son, let me ask you something. Sir. Do you have faith?
Yeah. I mean, faith in what?
Faith in God.
Yeah. I mean, I do have faith. I have faith in God.
Son, faith is something that you know, something that you're certain of, not something that you think.
No, help! Frank, no! No! Frank! Help! Frank!
Sorry. Cleaning by the window.
Yeah, that's okay. I thought I was going to be late about traffic.
Actually, you are.
Mind if I come in?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Please don't mind the mess. Like I said, I was cleaning.
You know what? It's standing on the trash cans. I'm gonna stack anything. What? What? He's gonna break today.
Man, yeah, y'all got me locked in. I have my arms crossed and ready to eat some popcorn and everything. Once I cross my arms, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go see some more of that. Man, when I saw Eric pop up on that screen, I'm like, is that Eric? That's the same guy we just talked. Man, that's interesting, bro. That's powerful. I love it. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see this thing. Yes, I know. We really want to make sure y'all check this out. Get on the link and check it out. Get your tickets. Get ready. January 16th. Get ready for this movie. Make me laugh. We don't want to miss it. It's going to be very powerful. I believe going to be some powerful conversation following it, and a lot of information that will follow this, and a lot of different opportunities that we'll take and be able to show this movie in different genres and different places, because this is going to require a lot of conversation and some follow-up. It may even require so much more that people will be looking for part 2. So get ready. People going to want to see some more of Eric. People going to see some more of Tay and some more of Kayla. People want to see more of that. I do believe that. And just the teasers alone, if a teaser can do that to you, I just imagine what a whole movie can do for you.
Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you. Y'all
Thank
make sure y'all check out.
Thank you for being on the spot on the Anthony Drew Morning Show. We look forward to y'all. We look forward to the movie, and we'll be seeing y'all and talking to y'all real soon. Y'all take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right,
y'all make sure y'all go follow Anthony Drew. All right. He ain't put the plug out for himself enough. Anthony Drew Morning Show in the corner, up in that top corner. Wait, let me move me over there so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Right above me. Y'all see this right here? WXCN Power Radio. Make sure y'all check out the Anthony Drew Morning Show. You got On the Spot with Anthony Drew. You got a bunch of other shows on WXCN Power Radio, hip hop, old school hip hop and R&B. We got the CHH going. Check out the shows. Check it out. Just go check it out.
We're doing things different. 2022. We're doing things different. Let's get it together. Let's go get it. Let's get it. Good luck with everybody, y'all. Good luck. Good stuff, y'all. Keep up the great work. Keep shining. All right. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right.